Okay, take two. Actually, technically take three, but that's beside the point. So, I'm going to do my usual little intro that I did in the previous one anyway, because the other video is going to be hidden, because technical issues and whatnot. So, what's going on, everybody? It's Q from Retro Q Gaming, back in effect, as always, back with some more Shenmue 2. Hopefully, the conclusion of it today, barring some more technical issues, of course. So, before we go on and get back into the game, I do want to say something that I've said in the previous 2 or 3 parts of our Shenmue 2 streams as well. So, I want to make a quick apology to anyone out there because I couldn't deliver on what I had hoped to do, which is more consistent, quicker Shenmue 2 streams, simply because after the completion of Shenmue 1 and before the actual commencement of Shenmue 2, minor medical issue popped up. Nothing crazy, nothing important, no danger, nothing to worry about, anything like that. But the medication they put me on kind of sapped my motivation completely, which made it really hard to drum up the will to actually stream. Of course, it's no one's fault, but I do want to apologize because I feel like I let everyone down in that regard. So, having said all that, let's move back on to Shenmue 2. Towards the end, we're in the Guiling province and we're looking for Bailu Village. Now, hopefully everything works fine. Which is apparently a lot to ask for these days. We'll try to talk to someone else.
Excuse me.
Where are you from?
Oh my god, there's no dialogue for me.
Me? I'm from
Japan. I can't hear any of this dialogue.
Japan? What made you come all the way down here?
I'd like to get to Bailu Village.
Bailu Village. You're
What the hell?
strange
It just
young man.
it came back for like one line. Just out of nowhere, he just
Which
said,
way is it to
I
Bailu Village?
want to get to Bailu Village, and I heard it.
It's that way, perhaps.
Okay, it all just came back. It all just came back. That's perfect.
Perhaps?
I think it's that way. But I'm not sure because I can't see very well.
Okay, I got it.
If you think I'm not so trustworthy, would you ask the young ones around here instead?
No, it's okay.
That's cool, Jordan. I monitored the stream side of it there too as well. I know you guys can hear it because I just double checked it, but it came back for me for some reason. I don't know what it was. It was so strange. Everything is back super loud now. So hopefully we'll all be good this time, because I don't like these issues. I want stuff to work. We have a long road ahead of us, and we want it to be as much of a path of least resistance as possible. But like I said earlier, in the other version of this video with all sorts of crazy technical issues, this will be the true test of my lack of entertainment skills. In such a long, scenic walk, it pretty much just falls upon me to entertain and thrill everybody, which I will fail at miserably, because I'm not entertaining. But we can enjoy all the sights, the sounds, the varying music, the various scenic backdrops, various everything, as well as myself droning on and on in the background. Yeah, I have the first 2 patches applied, but unfortunately, I know it's not perfect. But a masterpiece is a masterpiece is a masterpiece is a masterpiece. Because rain never changes.
I'd better hurry.
I don't mind a couple of little glitches and bugs and whatnot, as long as everyone can see and hear everything properly. That's the big thing, as well as myself. So now we get the full effect of everything. The goat trapped in a muddy stream. The girl from Ryo's dreams and visions, from all those cutscenes, chasing after it. She really loves that goat. Swan dive. And of course, Ryo being Ryo. What voodoo was that? I believe it was Yi. To do the right thing without hesitation. Saved her with sound effects this time.
I said let go!
Is that dialogue getting drowned out by the ambient sound for everyone else too? It's understandable. It was a storm. They wash up on the shore. Fawn nowhere in sight. Yeah, I expected as much for the dialogue, fellow teenagers. Not that it matters. There's only one or two unimportant lines.
Hey, are you alright?
The little deer. Where is the deer?
So it did survive.
Oh, good. I'm so glad.
I also thought it was a goat, rather than a deer. They look like horns instead of antlers.
You saved us.
Are you okay?
Thank you.
Why did you jump in?
I just had to. I had to save it.
Huh?
The white deer is my village's guardian.
A guardian? A white deer. White. Bai. Deer. Lu.
Bailu Village. My home.
How does he know
Bailu
that?
Village.
That's Chinese.
Where is this village?
It's up along this river.
Is it far?
I can show you. I'm Shenmue. What's your name?
Ryo Hazuki.
Yo. Follow me.
Well, that was fortuitous. Ran into a Bailu Village native, ready to show us the way.
Yo.
Hmm?
Where did you come from? You're not from here, are you?
No. I came from Japan.
Japan? Where's that?
It's an island country, east of China.
In the east.
Japan is pretty small compared to China.
Is it far from here?
Well, Actually, it's kind of
There's
far.
a lot of dialogue in
A
this
faraway
part.
country to the east.
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing.
Shenfa,
What is it, Yo?
what kind of place is Bailu Village?
It's a small village in the mountains.
Is it far from here?
Yes, we have to cross 2 mountains.
Really? 2 mountains?
2 mountains just to get to the nearest village.
Have you lived in Bailu Village all your life?
From Bailu
Yes, ever since I was small.
to the one at the river.
Your family as well?
Yes, my father and I. The 2 of us have always lived in Bailu Village.
I see.
Oh, perfect. This is what we wanted. Because there's so much dialogue in this part of the game, I'm going to... Oh, the speech volume is already up pretty high. Okay, I will leave it at that.
Shenfa,
Yes?
can you tell me more about Bailu Village?
Let's see. My grandfather told me that it's one of the oldest villages in Guilin.
An old village.
Yes, it's been around since the Tang Dynasty.
Since the Tan Dynasty.
It's been said that some nobles who were expelled from the city by the Emperor built the village to live in hiding.
Really?
Now, I'm going to give a little bit of a minor spoiler here, but at the same time, it's not going to be a spoiler at all. For what's going to be the majority of this stream is going to be extremely dialogue heavy. It's going to be a lot of what we see here. I'm not going to tell you much about it or anything to do with that or the outcome or anything. But what I will tell you is the way that this is done, I consider it to be one of the finest storytelling methods and narrative driving mechanics in history of gaming. This, from when we got to the town at the start, the little fishing village, from then, that's disc 4 on the Dreamcast version. From there, all the way up to the rest and the end of the game is, like I said, it's pretty much one of those narrative points. It's the masterpiece storytelling that's something is arguably the best one ever. Now, because there's so much dialogue, I'm going to try not to talk over it.
Shenfa,
Yes?
how many people live in Bailu Village?
About 50 people.
50 people?
Yes. The villagers are all nice people. I'm sure they will be nice to you too.
It sounds like a nice village.
Yes. There are inconveniences, since the village is surrounded by mountains. But the villagers live off the gifts from the mountains.
The mountain's blessings. Further ahead, as we near the village, the paths are going to get more rocky?
Yes. We'll be going over the mountain now. So tell me if you're tired. Let's go slowly.
And I'm also not gonna lie, when she first introduced herself after we woke up from the stormy night, or the stormy mud flow river thing, when she said her name was Shenhua, I had a big smile on my face.
Shenfa,
Yes?
And yes, the name you're going to, the word you're going to hear the most probably throughout this part of the game is Shenhua.
can you tell me more about the village?
More? Let me see. There are various legends told in Bailu Village.
There are legends?
Yes, there are many, since the village has existed for hundreds of years.
Like what?
Well... what kind of stories did they tell where you grew up?
Where I grew up? Well,
Tell me.
okay.
I mean, it's internet culture in modern current year, so I'm gonna have to say it.
Well,
Oh no!
I can't think of any
I was gonna
right
say
now.
Kappa,
If I remember any, I'll tell you.
Oh,
but we made it through to the next area.
What's this tree?
A fragrant olive tree. They are in bloom up ahead too.
Oh,
Pretty.
Aren't they beautiful?
Well, never mind.
yeah.
During this season, all the trees are in full bloom.
Pretty much the rest of this game is going to be very similar to
Fragrant
this.
olives.
Yes. In China, we call these trees gui. And there are so many here, like woods, or lin. So guilin means the woods of fragrant olives.
Really? A lot of them are in bloom.
Yes, it's as though the whole mountain is wrapped by the flowers. Let's move on, Yo.
Okay. Shenfa,
Yes?
Oh, I might be able to give her
what kind of stories are there
the
in Bailu
details of one
Village?
of the legends we had.
There are so many stories that have been told.
That thing about the white deer being the guardian, is that one of the stories?
Yes.
How does that story go?
Long ago, the village suffered from drought, and then there was a forest fire. When the village was surrounded by flames, a white deer appeared.
A white deer.
That white deer led the villagers to the spring in the mountains.
To the spring?
The villagers were able to escape from the forest fire because of that.
That's why it's the village's guardian.
From then on, the white deer appeared occasionally, saving the villagers from many other dangers.
An interesting story.
All the villagers believe it, and I do too.
Shenfa,
Yes?
what does your father do?
He's a stone cutter in Bailu Village.
I see.
He finds various stones in the mountain stone pits and creates beautiful works from stone. When we get to our village, I want to show you some things my father created.
I'd like that.
Good. What about your father?
My father. My father taught me a lot of things.
Just like me and my father.
Yeah,
What did your father teach you?
father. Father.
No, what's wrong? Did I say something wrong?
It's only been about 2 months since the start of Shenmue 1.
No, I was just remembering something. By the way, aren't we near Bailu Village yet?
We go over this mountain, and we'll have to go even further.
I see. We still have a long way to go. Shenfa,
Yes?
Let's ask her
no
about the
matter how
route.
far we go, the paths look all the same.
It's like this everywhere around here.
Did you ever get lost?
When I was small, I did. But if you get lost, just take the animal trails.
The animal trails?
The path that the animals in the mountains walk. If you follow one, it'll always lead to water.
How do you find one?
You look for animal footprints.
Footprints. You know so much about animals.
I've played in the forest since I was a child.
You learned it naturally.
No, my father taught me most of the things I know.
Your father.
Yes, about the forest and the mountains, and the animals. He taught me about the sky, the stars, and many other things.
I see.
Hey Kinduna, welcome back. You're just in time for a very unique part of a very unique game.
So many butterflies.
And I am doing pretty well, thank you.
They're beautiful.
Don't they look like flowers?
Flowers. Hey, yeah. They do look like flowers.
When I was small, I once saw a lot of butterflies all fly away at once. I started crying because I really thought that all the flowers had flown away.
Why are there so many here?
Why?
There aren't any flowers around here.
This is the place where the butterflies come to drink water.
To drink?
Yes, after the rainfall they come here to take in the drops on the leaves. You see them often after a rainfall.
I see.
Hidden in stream chat as well, VF, welcome. I see you there.
The wind has shifted. Let's go through the forest before it gets dark. Yo, can you run?
Yeah.
Of course he can.
Shenpa!
Ryo can do everything. Drive a forklift, run, fight, avenge.
Be careful.
Notice the different QTE sounds. It's to fit in with the new style of this part of the game. Shenhua is completely showing him up.
Watch your step.
There's no stopping Ryo though.
The path ends here.
Let's go over this cliff.
We're going to climb this?
Yes, it's slippery. Watch your step.
Dreamcast is always a solid investment.
Alright.
Could be a good option, Jeremy.
Yo, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, he doesn't need our help.
Let's hurry.
Big strong
It's
guy
this
like Ryo.
way.
Yeah.
Back on at a brisk pace before dark. We can see it getting progressively darker. Running up on 6 p.m. Stuck on the side of a mountain in the dark. Got all our cinematic camera angles. Oh no! Come on, Ryo, you can do better than that. Keep pace, bro, keep pace.
Here's a spring.
Lit by fireflies.
Travelers and animals all quench their thirst here.
Fireflies.
At a place like this, with a clear spring, there are fireflies.
They're beautiful.
Yes. It's like being surrounded by stars.
It's my first time seeing so many fireflies.
Aren't there fireflies in Japan?
When I was a child, I saw some. But there are only a few of them now.
Wait, Ryo. You should be careful when they are shining low near the shrubs. Snake eyes shine very much like fireflies.
Snake eyes?
If you put your hand out carelessly, you'll get bitten.
I didn't know that.
The spring here means we're almost at the end of the forest.
Shenhua saving Ryo's
Really?
life.
Yes, but it's getting dark. We must hurry on our way.
Yes. Let's move on.
With how this part of the game is done, and how all the dialogue between them, the options, all the conversation, how you learn so much about each other, your villages, your history, your past, everything about your family, your friends. One sec. And because it's all done in such a way that just has the two of them traveling through the wilderness together, I think it's fantastically done.
Careful.
Arguably in a way that's never been replicated by another game. That's also why I'm trying to talk as little as possible during the dialogue heavy sections. Made it through another section. The crag.
The sun has gone down.
It's
The cave is
nighttime.
near. Let's find it quickly.
Okay. This is some cliff.
Yes, it's one of the most dangerous areas around here.
Do you always walk through here?
Yes, but I don't walk here at night. When it gets dark, I can't see very well. Also, the animals start moving around looking for water.
I see. It's getting pretty dark.
We have to find the cave quickly. Soon, the moon is going to hide behind the clouds. It'll be difficult to find once it gets dark.
Is it near here?
Yes, travelers use it to take shelter from the rain. I think it was along the cliffside.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Their safe haven for the night.
Let's wait for the sunrise here.
Yeah.
The bird from the intro. With the girl from Ryo's dreams. As the eagle soars over the Guilin countryside. A man man from the
Let's
east
kindle a fire.
and a girl from the west.
The night is cold in the mountains. Our clothes are wet. We'll freeze. We've got to find some firewood to make a fire.
Looks like someone has made a fire. There was someone here.
Someone who passed by here must have spent the night.
We can still use this.
He's got his heavens lighter. Hong Kong came in handy.
But this won't be enough to last till morning. We'll need to gather more wood.
Yeah. I'll go look outside.
Yo. The twigs outside are still wet from the rain. We can't burn them.
Then what?
Look. There are some twigs. Perhaps we could find more further inside.
All right. I'll go find them. You can watch the fire.
It really shows Shenhua's country upbringing compared to Ryo's city boy upbringing. He doesn't think of stuff like that, but she already knows. Can I pick this up? Let's try zoom in on it with the... That's
This
what we
won't be
want.
enough.
Deep into the cave.
I should look for more.
Come on, Ryo. Move closer.
I should look for more.
Exactly, Vert.
There should be more.
It's just, it's not in his upbringing. Not the kind of thing he'd understand. We got a little shrine in here.
I should go back.
Hey, they could have blown in here. VF, you never know. People could have put them in here, hid them in here. Okay, well, obviously we don't need more.
Firewood. I should go and put these down before I gather more.
We have plenty, but we want to look around at this place. It's kind of like a moon pool. You got the moonlight shining down on the water. Nope, can't run. And Shenhua's the expert here. She'll know how many we need. Last is till morning.
Good, you found them.
Yeah, there seems to be more. I'll go gather them.
Yes.
The almost ominous transition of music. From being out happy-go-lucky with Shenhua. To the kind
This
of
won't be enough.
curious, mysterious theme of the cave.
I should look for more.
Come on, Ryo. Pick it up.
I should go back.
You think he'd be able to carry more at once? I mean, he's only got, what, 5? Maybe 6 under his arm?
A fair amount, but a little more would be useful.
Alright. I'll try looking for some more.
One more trip.
Yes.
She must be used to this with all her trips from Bailu Village to Guilin. She has it down to a science at this point. Knows where to stay, when to stay, the route to follow, what to look out for, what to look
This
for,
won't be enough.
what to avoid, what to everything. You could learn something from her, Ryo.
I should look for more.
I don't know, Ryo's a pretty buff dude. I thought he could handle a little bit more.
I should go back.
It's extremely dense wood.
We have enough firewood.
Good.
Thank you. Come by the fire to get warm, yo.
Yeah.
It's so warm.
Yeah.
Yo,
Hmm.
talk to me.
How do you usually spend your time in the village?
I plant vegetables in the field and feed the goats.
Do you go to school?
We don't have one in the village. Anything I need to know I learned from my father and the villagers.
How old are you?
16.
2 years younger than me.
Do you go to school?
I used to.
Is school fun?
No.
Yeah, I had friends in school. We used to have a lot of fun. It would have been better if we didn't have exams.
School. Sounds like fun. What were your friends like?
Who we talk about? Guizang wasn't. Nozomi's a real friend.
There was Nozomi.
And maybe Tom.
Nozomi? Who is that?
I have a picture.
The one we chose from Shenmue 1.
Are all Japanese women so beautiful?
I'm not sure.
She looks so gentle.
I gave her so much trouble.
Did something happen?
She was kidnapped by a bunch of rough men back home.
And what happened?
I saved her,
That was good.
but she experienced such fear.
Where is she now?
In Canada,
Canada?
a country far away.
Do you wish to see her?
I have things to get done. I have to go through that first.
Really? What other friends did you have?
Tom, of course. Well, that's her first
There
time
was
seeing
Tom.
a Japanese girl.
Tom?
Kinduna.
He's from the States. He's a real funny guy.
Did he go to school too?
Tom's pretty
No,
hilarious.
He sold hot dogs in town.
Hot dogs?
It's a foreign food. He also loved to dance. He was always singing.
He sounds like a fun person.
He really
Yeah.
was.
He taught me a special move before I left.
Where is he now?
He went back home to the States. I think he's doing fine.
Oh, what other friends did you have?
See, it really highlights it that she doesn't
There
know
was Guizan.
basic
Who is
things.
that?
We met each other because of a particular incident. He's a stubborn guy
That
and
a-
very proud.
A lot of
He
city
respected his
people
father with all his heart.
take
Where
for
is he
granted.
now?
He got hurt when he was trying to save me in Japan. He got hurt because of me.
I don't think he has any regrets.
Hmm.
Who would regret risking their life for a friend in danger? My father says that's what a Chinese loyal friend is supposed to do.
A loyal friend. His skills in Chinese martial arts are really something. If I ever get the chance, I'd like to spar with him again.
I'm sure you'll see him again.
Yeah,
What other friends did you have?
I remember... Oh yeah, there was Goro.
Goro?
Ryo has like
Yeah,
3
I
friends
met
to
him at the
list.
harbor. When I first met him, he was bullying and taking money from people.
What do you mean by bullying?
He was threatening people to get money.
He sounds like a bad person.
Inside, he's a nice guy. He doesn't do those things anymore. He's eager to please.
In what ways?
He changes his attitude towards certain things
So
real quickly.
really helpful.
He started calling me bro out of nowhere.
What a funny person.
Hey, bro! What you doing, bro?
Goro.
Oh,
He found a
Goro.
job for me at the harbor. A job carrying crates.
Ah, there's a job like that in the village. This person owns many cows and...
No, I carried them using a machine.
machine? Oh, you've experienced a lot of things.
See, all her stuff is done with manual labor and original tools in her
What kind
little
of food
village.
do you usually eat, Shenpa?
I...
Just we're asking about food.
You must be hungry.
We walked a lot.
Tomorrow, when we get home, I'll prepare a big meal for you. I'm not that great of a cook, though.
A big meal. Can't wait.
How about rabbit?
A rabbit? I've never tried it. Do you eat it all
His
the time?
eyes bugged out.
Yes. Don't you eat rabbit in Japan?
No. We eat beef, or...
But cows help cultivate the fields.
There's not many fields where we live.
How do you get your meat?
We catch them in the mountains.
The mountains. Sounds like a lot of work.
Sometimes my father catches them. Rabbits, pheasants, and turtle doves. What's wrong?
I never thought about it that way. All I've had to do was buy the meat, or the vegetables.
What we catch are gifts from the mountains. The meat satisfies our hunger, and the fur protects us from the cold. Everything is a gift from the mountains.
I guess that's what living in the mountains is all about.
And not a single part
Yes.
goes to waste.
Do you always walk these paths alone?
Yes. Did you come to China alone?
Yeah. I went to Hong Kong to meet a master named Li Xiaotao.
Hong Kong. Were you able to meet this person?
Yeah,
Who was this person?
a master of Baji style.
A master?
I have a picture of Master Tao.
Let me see it.
Oh, that's right. Fang snuck us the picture.
The person dressed in blue.
She's so beautiful. She's the master?
Yeah, she taught me some moves. If I had never met her, I would have been...
My father said people meet because of destiny.
Destiny?
Yes. You didn't meet her by accident. Destiny had guided you to meet her.
It's a great choice for music, if you ask me, Kanduna. It's kind of happy yet sad at the same time. The reminiscing about all her friends, his past,
It's getting late.
all the
I think you
all
should
that
get some
stuff.
sleep.
Yes.
He's in a new land essentially by himself. But because of her curious naivete, she's helping him remember and relive it all.
It'll be a fine day tomorrow. I know because the wind shifted.
You can tell just because of that?
During this season, when the west wind blows, it'll be a fine day.
Really? It's late now. Go ahead and get some sleep. I'll watch the fire.
Thank you.
That's part of why I love this section of the game so much. Just the conversation style between Ryo, the city boy, who I don't want to say takes everything for granted, but compared to someone like Shenhua, who doesn't know any of this stuff. Not that she's sheltered, but she lives in a very secluded mountain village where Ryo's modern comforts and standards are completely foreign to her. And of course, Ryo never slacks in his training. She didn't know what hot dogs were. There's no school. She doesn't know what machines are. She's never heard of Canada, Japan.
Yo.
Sorry, did I wake you up?
No, I got some sleep. Daichi, did you learn that from your father too?
No, I learned this in Hong Kong, but I mostly learned from watching. Breathe in the power from the earth and collect it in the center of the abdomen.
There is much power in the trees, water, stones, and everything.
Power in everything?
Yes, I always gain power from the forest.
From the forest. What was that?
Wolves.
Wolves. Are they nearby?
Yes, there are many wolves. The name Long Huishan means Wolf's Mountain.
That's the name of the fishing village we
I
put
heard
up
that
in.
wolves are nocturnal.
Yes, sometimes groups of them attack people at night.
People. Aren't you scared?
We'll be fine if we have the fire burning. They would never come near a fire.
Oh. That's why we built a fire at the entrance. We better keep the fire going then.
I'll watch the fire now. You should rest a little, Joe.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Thank you.
Slight echoing distance sound. We're not going to interrupt her.
Shenfa.
I'm sorry. Did I wake you?
No. What was that song?
It's an old song of the village.
Of Bailu Village?
Yes, there are many old songs in the village.
What was the meaning of that song?
It's a song about the landscape of Guilin. The mountains of Guilin glisten after the rain. Clear water flows into the spring, which flows into the river of Yingshui Chuan.
Yingshui Chuan.
It's the river where you saved me.
Ah.
In the summer, there are fireflies by the riverside.
So the name Yingshui Chuan means River of Fireflies.
Yes,
I'll watch the fire now, Shenpa.
thank you.
Eight a.m. Dawn of a new day. We've made it through the night safely. Time to continue across the mountain to Bailu Village. Learn a bit more about each other on the way. And maybe a little about ourselves.
Such lovely weather.
Just like you said.
Let's go. It's this way. Yo, look.
All the mountains here have such strange shapes.
But aren't they beautiful?
Yeah,
They're called Shanshin.
Shen Shen.
Yes, it means a mountain with a pure, beautiful shape.
I see. Shenpa,
Yes?
Ask her more. Compare with Japanese mountains.
it's been a long time since I walked on mountain paths like this one.
Oh? What kind of mountains are there where you grew up?
Mountains. In Japan, there's a beautiful mountain called Mount Fuji.
Japan. Your country.
No, it's not the same
Yeah.
girl, VF.
It must be very far.
It's beyond the sea.
The sea. I'd like to see it.
Look at everything glisten and the trees in the background.
You have never seen the sea before?
Never.
Have you ever been outside Guilin?
Not even once.
It's just like
Did
she
you ever
said.
wish to go out?
I never thought of it. The flowers and animals keep me company when I go to the forest. They talk to me.
The flowers and the animals?
Yes,
How?
I can't explain, but those who live in the same forest can understand each other.
You understand each other.
Yes,
Shenpa,
yes,
it looks like we're going down the mountain. Are we getting near the village?
yes, that's right.
I see. So once we get through this path, it looks like we'll be there.
Yes, after we go over another mountain.
Oh. The mountain
Just
continues.
casually over
Are you
another
tired
mountain.
now?
No, I'm fine.
Good. Have you gotten used to the mountain paths yet?
Yeah, I'm getting pretty used to walking here.
I'm glad. But it is more difficult to go downhill than uphill. Watch your step.
That's true, can do it. She can speak to the forest, the trees, the
will.
animals.
Some places are still muddy
has a
from the
power.
rain last night.
Yeah, I'll be careful.
What's wrong, Ryo?
Nothing.
Bailu Village is this way. Let's hurry on.
Yeah. Shenpa,
Yes?
you know about the wind?
Huh? The wind?
Yeah, you knew about the rain because the wind changed, right?
Oh. Yes, I can tell the weather from the changes in the wind's direction and its humidity.
Then what you said yesterday in the forest.
I felt the humid wind from the west. It was a sign that the rain clouds were approaching.
You can tell all that?
I can tell not only from the wind, but from watching the clouds.
The clouds?
Yes, the faint clouds like fog in the sky. spring rain. The small line clouds are a sign of clear weather.
That seems like the kind of thing you learn in a remote village in the mountains growing up.
The clouds.
If you observe the sky carefully, you could tell the weather too.
Something you would completely overlook in the city.
I could?
Yes, there are many signs in the sky. Observe carefully.
I agree. Shenpa,
Yes?
it's nothing. A landslide. We can't get past here.
It's probably because of the rain last night.
Is there another path we can take?
I don't know. Wait, I recall my father mentioning another path.
Another path?
There was a path that broke off on our way here.
Oh, that one.
Perhaps that path could be
Yeah, let's go see.
here.
So the rain not only brings bounties and fortune, but tragedy and misfortune. If only she would use those powers to get us through there. Maybe she's testing Ryo. Seeing if he's resourceful enough,
Is this the path?
pure of heart.
It might be.
Which we all know to be true, of course.
Although I'm not too sure.
In any case, we don't have a choice. Let's go, Shenpa.
Yo.
See everything glisten in the light after the rain from last night. And that actually rhymed. The path splits again. This seems like would be the logical way to go. Of course, right as I said, we run into a dead end here.
It's a dead end. Let's follow another path.
Let's do that.
It seems like such an unsafe thing for a 16-year-old girl to do by herself. There could be bears, mountain lions. We've already established there's wolves around. Dangerous mountain paths. Okay, we're gonna try left this time. Although this looks like it would probably loop around to the wrong way based on the map. Yeah, this is a dead end.
It's a dead end. Let's look for another path.
All right.
All of this trek so far this morning since we woke up in the cave, and it's only just after 9 a.m. Alright, I haven't had good luck predicting which path is which, but it's the first time for everything. This looks like it should bring us out on the same path, based on the map. And of course, right as I say that, it's another dead end.
It's a dead end. Let's follow another path.
I mean,
Let's do that.
I'm supposed to be lucky. I'm Irish. I'm supposed to not have this stuff happen to me. I guess as a force of nature, Irish luck loses out to Chinese mythological powers. It's a real change of pace from the rest of the game. Everything about it just feels different. Even the QTE sound effects are different.
Yo. I think we can get across there.
Yeah,
Watch out for the stones with moss. You might slip.
but the river is shallow here.
No. The river flow can be more powerful than it seems. If you slip, you could sprain your ankle.
Alright, I'll be careful.
I'll go first.
She shows how it's done.
Yo, this way.
She sure can move across them.
Let's move on before it gets too dark.
Right.
That particular scene in QTE has kind of become legendary. It's synonymous with development of Shenmue Tree.
Bailu Village. Yo, we were right about taking this path.
Yeah. We can move on.
Yes.
Good. Let's go.
Some of the earliest work they've ever shown off for Shenmue Tree involves them remaking and reimagining that cutscene in QTE. It makes me wonder if they're going to have a Shenmue 1 and 2 refresher, like a film or something like that, included with Shenmue 3 to catch everyone up. But of course, now that this HD collection is available for everyone to enjoy nice and easy on PS4, Xbox One and PC, no one has an excuse to not be caught up on. I don't know, Vert, that sounds like it would be a spoiler if I'd say so.
Yo, let's cross there.
How about
Yeah.
we wish and
When you
hope?
step on the stones, maintain your balance by stepping out gently.
Same as the leg steps of jujitsu,
What's jujitsu?
a Japanese martial art. I learned it from my father. Slide your feet as a bird would glide on water's surface. I was taught that. But you've acquired that skill naturally.
You must have martial arts on your mind all the time.
No, not really.
That's a lie,
I'll
Ryo.
go first.
Every time you see something crazy or you see anything nuts, his first instinct is just, what was that move?
Yo, please be careful. Good. You got across safely.
Yeah,
Let's go. The village is still further ahead.
alright.
Ryo mentioned something that's a big principle of something I definitely agree with in real life. Ryo had to be taught how to move and some of the principles of that because it wasn't present in his real life and he needed to learn it specifically in his jiu-jitsu training. Whereas Shenmue acquired it naturally through her real life and through her actual practical applications of, I won't say physical force and exertion, but more active daily lifestyle, more primal, primitive daily lifestyle. That's something that we miss in real life these days, and that's something I completely agree with, that should happen more and more. We've become too lazy, complacent. Of course, he says as he sits here streaming a video game to people all around the world from his own home. But that's not the point. I hope Shenmue is behind us. Otherwise, we're just gonna get lost in the forest.
The Guardians!
What's the matter?
We're back on the original path.
Really?
Yes. The Guardians are the sign. The landslide we saw was this way. Bailu Village is this way.
Really?
From here on, it's the path that I usually take. Good. Now you can follow me.
She's back in charge.
Alright. You can lead the way. That's a relief. Shenfa,
Yes, Ryo?
you always take this path, right?
Yes.
When you go into the mountains, what do you do for drinking water?
If you're walking around here, there's no need to worry about water. There are rivers and lots of places where the water flows into springs.
Oh, you can drink from the river?
Yes, you can. Oh, when we reach my house, you can drink from the well.
The water from the well.
Everyone in the village lives off the water from the well. The river is where we fish and where the children play.
Did you used to play in the river too?
When I was a child, I played with the boys. I kept it a secret from my father.
What did you do?
We caught fish, and we raced to the other bank.
You were a pretty active kid.
Yes,
Of course, swimming, fishing, and all that may have half been a children's pastime, but also a skill completely native and natural to her lifestyle in the village. Again, something we only learn from this expedition
Shenfa,
where we learn about each
yeah.
other.
how far does this forest go?
All the way to the village.
Oh, the scenery looks all the same to me.
People not from here think the exact same thing.
It's amazing how you don't get lost. How do you recognize the paths?
I'll know the direction if I see the sun's position. And there are signs here and there on the paths.
Signs? On these mountain paths?
Yes, there are some ahead of here. Strangely shaped trees and stones, and the drinking water places.
Oh, you use the rocks and trees as landmarks.
I've been using the signs all the way till now. Didn't you notice?
No, I didn't notice.
I'll show you what the signs are. One of them is just up ahead.
Okay. The path branches off.
No,
Hmm.
we'll be taking a detour, but ahead there's a field full of beautiful flowers.
Flowers?
Yes, do you want to see them?
Well, she clearly wants to show us them. We'll indulge her.
Sure. Why not, since we're here?
Yes, this way. Follow me.
Achievement unlocked. Shenmue 2 flower power.
Shenfa,
Yes?
where do you usually go when you take this path?
I go to the docks of Langhuishan Mountain.
Why do you go to the docks?
I go there to buy things that I can't get in the village.
Like what?
Iron is precious in the village, for pots and knives, and also for the tools my father uses for work.
Iron.
He takes good care of his tools, but when they are broken, he can't get them fixed in the village.
Really? What else?
I also buy medicines that are only sold in town.
Oh, medicines.
The villagers usually use herbal medicine, but for emergencies, we need the kind sold in town.
Right. Medicine is precious.
Yes, the boats bring a lot, but medicines are expensive, so I can't buy that much.
I see.
It's true, Verti. Her almost sheltered lifestyle, or more so secluded lifestyle, and different pace of
Ryo,
life.
aren't they beautiful?
Yes, they are beautiful.
Has her almost,
The
I don't want
last
to say
time I came
ignorant.
here, the flowers were still in bud, but now they've all bloomed.
Really?
It's more so has her
Let's move
separated
on.
from the
There will
modern
be
way
more
of life.
flowers ahead.
Yeah. Shenpa,
Yes?
Now you see why we wanted to see everything. Why she wanted to
there are
show
so
us all
many
these
koza
flowers.
blossoms here.
Yes. In this area, everywhere you look, you'll see colza blossoms.
Yes,
You
oblivious,
have
good
them
word.
in your country as well?
Yeah. I'm surprised that there are so many.
When I was small, whenever I saw a field of blossoms, I used to pick them and bring them home.
Really?
We ate them,
You would eat them? I see.
and we would collect oil from the seeds.
Eating flowers.
There was a place near my house where many of these bloomed.
Really? I like colza blossoms, but I like the evening chrysanthemums the best. Do you know about them?
The evening chrysanthemum? What kind of flower is that?
They are smaller than the evening primroses and bloom in unnoticeable areas. Not that many people know about them, but they are my favorite.
Evening chrysanthemums.
If I see one, I'll let you know.
Alright. Shenpa,
Yes?
flowers. I haven't looked at flowers like this for a long time.
Which flower do you like?
I don't know much about flowers,
Oh,
but my father liked lilies.
your father.
Yeah, I remember. Nozomi brought some for my father one day.
Are you talking about Nozomi again?
No, I'm talking about my father.
Is she getting jealous?
Oh, you're right. You were talking about the lilies that your father liked.
Whenever I see lilies, they remind me of my father.
Everyone has a flower that reminds them of something.
Yeah,
That's right, Nozomi brought by a bunch of lilies after that day.
What's wrong, Yo?
a strangely shaped tree.
A spider tree.
A spider?
That's what the villagers call it. The branches look like spider legs.
Now that
God.
you mention it, they do.
That tree would freak
Whenever
me
I'm
out in
walking
person.
back to the village, I feel relieved when I see this tree.
Huh?
We're halfway to Bailu Village from here. This tree marks the halfway point.
I see.
Now come on, the village is this way.
After that massive trip we've had so far, we're finally halfway there. We've learned a lot. About herself, about Ryo's past, his
Shenhua.
friends,
What
Shenhua,
is it, Yo?
Bailu Village.
We've come a long way. Are you tired?
I'm fine. I'm used to walking here.
Oh, that's right.
Are you alright? Do you want to take a rest?
No, I'm fine. Let's hurry on our way.
You don't have to be in such a hurry now. This path is...
The path that you're familiar with?
Yes. Up ahead there is a clear spring. If you're tired, we can take a rest there.
A spring. Good idea. Let's go there.
Alright.
Shenpa,
Yes?
is anything going to be done with that landslide over there?
I will let my father know as soon as we get home.
You can't leave it like that.
All the villagers will fix the path together.
Really? That'll be a lot of work.
But it happens once every few years. It couldn't be helped. And it's not all that bad.
What do you mean?
The villagers cooperate and fix the path. It is hard work, but once the paths are finished, everyone is happy.
I'll see you guys later, VF Kinduna. Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, so the ties between the villagers become stronger.
Yes. When they get back to the village, the grown-ups all drink and celebrate, singing songs. Everyone looks forward to that. That's why they get together and work.
I
Big
get it.
sense of community.
Shenpa,
Yes?
They'd have to, living in a village like this, relying on each other so much, especially with only about 50 people living there.
How long does it take to get to Bailu Village from here?
This area is the halfway point between the village and the cave.
Alright, you can lead the way from here.
Yes, you'll be fine if you follow me.
Ah, it's halfway between the
Another
village and the
way.
cave, not
Alright.
the trip overall.
Shenpa,
Yes?
what sort of animals live here?
There are many kinds of animals.
Yesterday you told me that there were wolves.
There are wolves and bears in these mountains.
Wolves and bears. Aren't you scared of them?
I'm not scared. Nothing dangerous happens. The bears won't attack people.
I see.
But if you see a cub, you have to get away from it quickly.
Cubs?
Yes,
Baby bears.
the mother bear would fight, risking its own life to protect her child.
Risking her own life to protect her child.
But bears hardly ever attack people. It's a kind-hearted animal.
I see. The path branches off again.
Yo, what are you doing?
Huh? Oh. The path is branching off again.
I told you, you'll be fine if you leave it all to me. This way.
Yeah, she knows the path
Yeah.
from here.
That's right.
This is the one she usually takes the entire time.
Shenpa,
Yes?
we've been walking for a long time, but there's no one passing by.
No. Hardly anyone visits the village. And hardly any villagers venture from the village.
I guess when you're surrounded by these mountains. What is it?
Everyone will be curious when they see you in the village.
Yeah, I imagine so.
The children will be really happy. It will be their first time to see a foreigner.
Children.
Yo,
Hmm?
it would be nice if you could talk to the children. Tell them about Japan and the sea.
All the stories of a foreign land.
Yeah, I hope I have the time to do that.
Yes?
I mean, I will if I can.
Yes, please.
A spring.
Good guy, Ryo.
The water's color.
This spring is called Five Color Spring.
5-color spring?
From noon till evening, the water's color changes 5 times. That's why it has that name.
A mysterious spring.
The color will change soon. Look, Yo.
Change right before our eyes to emerald green.
How does this happen?
How? I never thought of the spring as strange.
Really?
Something like that would be really cool to see in real life. RGB water
What's going
confirmed.
on, Yo?
Yeah.
That spring is sponsored by Corsair.
Landslide again. We have to take a different path.
I'm sorry, Yo.
Huh?
After I told you to leave it to me to lead you the way.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's not her fault. It's not
Let's
like
get
she
back
led
to
him
that
the wrong
branching
way.
path.
Yes.
We have no choice but to go this way.
You're right.
Alright? I'll go first from here.
Yes, you can lead the way.
Okay, Ryo. Step up. Do your hero job. You do it so well.
the matter, Shenpao?
These are herbs
Herbs.
for my father.
Your father?
That's right, they all use natural medicine, don't they?
I'm sorry, I kept you waiting.
Let's go.
I think we were trying to make our way around here. It's hard to tell with the sparse minimap. That's part of the joy of being lost in a mountainous trail, though, isn't it? Nope, dead end.
It's a dead end. Let's follow another path.
Let's do that.
Now we just trips back a little bit. Here it is. Here's our other path to take. Guess correctly. I shouldn't have said anything. Because now that I did, it means I've automatically taken the wrong path. That looks like a dead end. That looks like a new area. Different landslide.
It's a dead end. Let's look for another path.
All right.
Well, at least we didn't have far back before branching path again. Her village are going to have their work cut out for them. Clear all these landslides. I guess they can look forward to the giant feast afterwards. The singing, the drinking, probably the fighting. Rocky area.
A strange landscape.
The rocks are like bridges, and many are connected. There are many places with similar terrain in Guilin. But I was surprised too when I first saw this.
The scenery looks artificial.
True, but it's the wind and water that created the shapes over a long time.
Really?
That'd be something very
It's narrow.
interesting to see in real life.
Yes, but watch your step.
Okay. We could die if we fall.
If we cross it slowly, we won't fall. Let's go.
Okay, I'll go first.
Is it going to be a QT like those planks in the building? Or do I just have to be very, very careful? Oh my god. Oh, no. I'm going to trip, aren't I? How narrow is this? Oh my god, look Look how many of them there are. Is it 1, 2, what looks like 4 more. And there's no way I'm trying to run on these. Where's the goat when I need it? He could show me how to be all sturdy and steady-footed.
Oops.
Whoa! Come on, Ryo. I'm glad that they give you a little bit of a warning if you get too close. Even if it did kind of give me a heart attack for being so fast out of nowhere. Oh God, how am I going to make this? I have to make this little turn. So close. I don't like this. I'm gripping the controller so hard right now. Oh, are you serious? I have to look at that. Okay, calm and collected. That was so close. I thought I wasn't gonna make it. Ryo, come on. Ryo, please. You're better than this. Of course, Shenhua's probably like walking it, not a bother on her.
The bridge ends here.
Jump carefully. We can make it.
Oh,
With reckless abandon,
No,
she just
jump!
completely goes ahead.
okay.
Imagine if you missed that and you just fall to your death right before her eyes. That'd be
Now let's go.
grim.
The path continues.
Good.
But we wouldn't put Shenhua through that.
Bailu Village.
We have more incentive to
Yo, let's move on.
do it
Yeah.
correctly.
It's this way, right?
Yes.
Good. Let's go.
Strange. We're back on the actual path, but she's not leading us. Oh, we have another split. Well, that looks like it's to the dead end we came from earlier. Nope, spoke too soon. That's a dead end. More signs.
What is this?
That is a stone lion.
The stone lion.
It is an ancient Chinese sign placed on the roads that branch off.
Road sign. Then,
We're back on the usual path. I'm familiar with this path.
really?
The village is not far from here now. Let's go. Follow me.
She said that a bunch
Yeah.
of times now. It's just up ahead. We're not far now. Not more to go. She's back ahead,
Shenpa.
leading us.
Yes?
It's a good time to catch up some more.
I saw that stone lion in Hong Kong too.
The stone lion king is a talisman found everywhere in China.
A talisman.
We pray for safe journeys.
So that's why it's sitting by the path.
Yes, especially on the points where the paths branch off.
Not to mention we have the talisman to keep us
Where
safe
the
from the
paths
zombie.
branch off.
I was taught when I was a child that it protects the village from evil spirits.
I remember now. I saw them at the entrances of the towns in Hong Kong.
That's not a surprise. Also, we pray to it when a child gets sick.
A child?
Yes, as a child, when I had a fever, the old lady in the village prayed for me.
But white
They
kids
have them
don't
in your
mind.
village as well?
We place them in the village where their roads cross, or some houses have them carved in the walls.
I guess they're everywhere.
Yes,
Shenfa,
yes,
isn't it dangerous to walk in the mountains alone?
there's nothing dangerous here. I just stay put when there's no moon, or when it rains heavily. And if you don't surprise the animals, they won't attack you.
Really?
If you know about the mountains and the forest, you'll realize that people are just another creature in the mountains. There's nothing to fear.
People are also creatures in the mountains.
But Yo,
Hmm?
watch out for the snakes. There are poisonous ones.
Poisonous snakes?
Yes, if the snake's head is triangle-shaped, it's poisonous. It slithers on the ground, so you can't notice it even if it's near you.
I wonder if that's true.
Alright, I'll remember that.
It would be terrible if you got bitten.
I'm not a fan of
Yeah,
snakes.
I'll be careful. Are there lots of poisonous snakes?
I see them sometimes, but the poison of the snakes around here isn't too strong. Even if you're bitten, if we take care of it quickly, you'll be fine.
I see.
Feel better?
Yeah, a little.
No, I wouldn't feel better after her warning me about all these dangerous snakes.
What's wrong, Shenfa?
The two paths. Which way was it?
Are we lost?
No, we'll be fine. Either path will take us to the village. It's just that
What?
one of them will be a detour. The paths look so much alike, I can't tell which one.
Alright. I'll decide on which path to take.
Yes, please do.
So we go left or right? I think a left.
Let's go this way.
Yes.
Is this the detour? Or is this our
These are-
normal one?
Dandelions.
Dandelions.
More fields of flowers. The mountains must be
Ever since I was a small child, I used to play here, blowing the seeds.
giant
I
patches
remember
of different
I
colors
used to do the same.
from above with all the different
too.
flowers.
Yeah, when I was small.
I still do.
I still do. There's all her earth energy that she was talking about before. The energy of the wind, the flowers, the earth.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like there's snowflakes dancing upward to the sky. Now let's move on.
Yeah. Shenfa,
Yes?
what does your house look like?
My house? Like any other ordinary house in the village.
An ordinary house in Bailu
What
Village.
do the villages there
I
look
can't
like?
imagine what it looks like.
They're wooden pillars and walls made from dirt.
Walls made from dirt.
There are houses made from stone in the village too. We can get various kinds of stones near the village. There are rare beautiful stones and strong ones too, used to build houses.
There are no houses in Japan made from stone.
Oh,
What do you mean by rare, beautiful stones?
you can only find them in Guilin, specifically near Bailu Village.
Phantom
They
River
used to
Stone.
be treasured by the emperors and nobles in the city.
Emperors and nobles.
That's what was explained to us
Yeah.
before.
Hmm.
What are Japanese houses made of?
My house was made from wood. Most of the old houses are made from wood.
Only wood?
No, the roofs are tiled, and the windows and doors have glass.
Glass. We don't have that in the village.
Really?
Once broken, it can't be fixed. No one uses it for houses.
Oh,
I love how, because of how the lifestyle is different, glass is a burden.
Yo, the village is this
It's
way.
impractical.
Shenfa,
Yes?
how do the villagers live?
Most people cultivate the fields and own water buffalo or goats.
Water buffalo.
There are horses too, for people to ride on.
Can you ride a horse?
I can, but I'm not too good at it.
Really?
When I was small, I wanted to run around freely like the boys. I always wished I could do that.
Aren't the girls allowed to ride horses?
I wasn't really allowed to.
I never rode on a horse before.
I heard that the people in town ride in cars.
And
Do you ride
motorcycles,
cars?
if you're Ryo.
Yeah, I got rides.
Really? But we don't need them in Bailu Village.
You think so?
Cars can't get through these mountain paths. I'm sure the horses and cows can get you there faster.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Shenfa,
Yes?
I wonder what Bailu Village looks like.
A quiet, small village surrounded by the mountains. But
But?
there are old buildings and castle walls there. They were built long ago.
Castle walls?
Yes, they were built by the nobles from the city. An old lady in the village told me.
Who were the nobles?
They served the emperor. They had treasures and rare
It's a pretty
items.
unique looking
So
pad.
naturally there were many thieves.
Ah, that's why they built the walls.
There is a poem in the village, left by the nobles.
How does the poem go?
Green trees of Gui create a forest to the south of the lake. The river is a blue sash of silk. The hills are hairpins of jade.
What does it mean?
The deep forests of Gui are south of the lake. The waters of the Lijiang are like blue silk. The mountains are like hairpins made from jewels.
The landscape of Guilin.
Yes, I like this poem. Even with my eyes closed, I can see the landscape of Guilin.
Really? What is that sound?
It sounds like a waterfall. I hear it from the path on the left.
Is there a waterfall?
No, I don't think there was one nearby.
Then what is that sound?
But aren't we taking a different
I
path?
don't know. Do you want to go find out?
Yeah. Especially since it's not supposed
Yeah,
to sound like
Why
that.
not?
Yes.
It is a bunch of waterfalls. But where did they all come from? The leftover rain from the previous night?
Wow. There's water back in the river.
Huh?
Look. This river has been dry for months.
Really? We heard this waterfall. But why did the water start running all of a sudden?
Last night's rain. The rain made the waterfall, and it's now flowing into the river.
That rain made this waterfall.
Yes, whenever it rains hard, small waterfalls are made here and there.
Really?
The river runs into the Lijiang. The village is up the river.
Let's go.
Yes.
We're on the right path. We should be almost there.
Shenpa,
Yes?
are there other animals besides wolves and bears?
Rabbits and foxes and raccoons?
Foxes and raccoons.
What kind of animals were there where you grew up?
Okay.
But it was definitely the cat
There
we
was a
found.
cat?
Did you own it?
No, it was a stray cat living in the neighborhood.
We fed it.
The mother had died, and it was all alone.
I see.
But the kids in the neighborhood took care of it. It grew to be a healthy cat.
Is the cat well taken care of in Japan?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Last time I saw it was when I was leaving for Hong Kong.
Oh,
I'm sure the cat's doing fine.
yes, I'm sure it is.
Shenpa,
Yes?
you said your father was sick?
He sometimes has a heavy cough.
You must be worried.
During the night, or when it's humid, he would cough a lot. I would rub his back, and he would feel a little better.
So that's why she got those
Are
herbs.
the
she
herbal
found
medicines
earlier.
working?
Yes, he takes them every day after meals. That's why he can work every day. But sometimes,
I see. Is there a hospital in the village?
no. A doctor visits the village sometimes.
Really? That must be inconvenient.
One of the downsides
I
of
hope
living in
your
the middle
father
of
gets
nowhere.
better.
Yes, it isn't all that serious, so he'll be fine. I bring him herbs.
I see.
That's cool. Thanks, Jeremy. I appreciate that. That's why I do it.
Yo,
Are we at the village?
we'll be out of the forest soon.
Soon.
Yeah.
It won't take long now. Let's move on.
How many times have we heard that before? Oh, never mind.
Yo,
Shenhua's
we're
house.
almost there.
Here we
I
are.
see. Shenpa, is Bailu Village near now?
We have to go a little further to reach the place where the villagers live.
Really?
But my house is right there. It's on that small hill. Please come in for a while.
But I need to go to Bailu Village.
You saved my life. I want to thank you. Please rest for a bit.
She did promise him a feast.
Please?
Or a big
Oh.
meal.
Alright.
Good. Follow me. We'll see my house soon.
Shenpa,
Follow me. My house is right ahead. Just a bit further.
I see.
Here we have it. Shenhua's house.
Here.
So this is probably very similar to all the other houses in Bailu Village.
What's this tree?
Shenmue.
Huh?
A tree called Shenmue.
Shenmue.
Every year at this
The
time of the
namesake.
season, its flowers bloom.
Really?
This tree holds a special meaning for me.
Special meaning for Ryo as well, without him even knowing it. And of course for all of us.
The Shenmue Tree has its flowers in bloom again this year.
beautiful flower.
I know. We will name our child Shenfa.
Shenfa. That is wonderful.
So that's how she got her
The
name.
Shenmue Tree shall protect her.
It's basically one of the superstitions,
The
Jeremy.
flower of the Shenmue Tree is called Shenfa.
But some people believe it.
Yes, that's my name.
It's very fitting they meet like this then. Shenhua from the Shenmue Tree. We finally meet the namesake of Yu Suzuki's masterpiece. All the way out in a very remote village in the province of Guilin, China. Very, very far from where we originally started. Not just in Hong Kong in Shenmue 2, but back in Japan in Shenmue 1.
There was a tree at home that bloomed during the springtime.
At your house?
They were called cherry blossoms. Their petals were pale pink.
Sakura tree.
Cherry blossom. Does that tree hold a special meaning for you too?
Yes.
Let's go. It's this way.
Some of our old memories playing on the tree. Shenhua playing in the middle of all the flowers from the Shenmue Tree. Very fitting.
What's the matter, Shenfa?
When I was a child, I used to play on that swing. Every year when the Shenmue's flowers bloomed.
Is this house located in Bailu Village?
Yes. We're at the edge of the village.
Really? That tree.
The Shenmue Tree.
Yeah, it's a really big tree.
Yes, it's a very old tree too. The tree was already that tall when my grandfather was a child.
I see.
The tree has been alive for thousands of years.
Thousands of years.
That's old even for tree standards.
Shenmue.
What's the matter, Ryo?
Maybe it's only my imagination,
Yes?
but I think I feel something.
You feel something?
The tree isn't just old and big. I don't know how to say this. It seems like it has a spirit.
Really? Do you feel that way too?
Well, yeah.
I felt the same way ever since I was small.
You too?
When I was a child, I used to play under the tree, and I felt like I was being held by the Shenmue Tree. Although I was alone, I didn't feel lonely at all.
I think I understand.
Yes,
It feels like, even as we sit here, that tree is watching and protecting us. It seems like I've known that tree from a long time ago. It's a strange feeling. Shenfa, you said you were living with your father.
Yes. I only have a father. I don't have a mother. What about you?
When I was really small, my mother was already...
And your father?
My father is gone now.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. What's your father like?
He's a stubborn but warm-hearted man.
Stubborn, but warm-hearted.
Sounds like someone we know.
Ryo, while you're still sleeping in bed, farmers are working hard in the fields, carefully picking carrots one by one. So how can you waste them like that?
Okay, I'll eat them.
Young Ryo. Of course, wow. With the words of wisdom to make him do it.
That's my boy.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
There's something I'd like to tell you. I was told my real father had died.
Died?
Yes, together with my mother.
Really?
But I don't remember anything about my real parents. I don't even know how they died.
It's the legendary Ryo Hazuki. Fellow teenagers.
Your present father?
He took my parents' place and raised me as if I were his real child. Of course, I accept him as my real father. He's my only family now.
I see.
But when I was small, I used to give him a difficult time. I threw tantrums. I told him that I wanted a mother. Brothers and sisters, too.
Brothers and sisters.
Do you have any brothers or sisters?
Well, he's not really a brother, but he's the closest thing.
I don't have any brothers or sisters. But there was this person called Fukusan. We used to practice with each other.
Practice?
We were learning martial arts from my father. He was strict to both of us. We were always sweaty from practice. We used to fight a lot too, just like real brothers.
Really?
He helped me in many ways so that I could go to Hong Kong.
You're lucky. I envy you for having a person like that close to you.
Although we weren't real brothers, he's a part of my family and he's important to me.
Yes.
Of course, Ryo knows what's up. We don't talk
It will
about
be dark
Ren.
soon. You should stay for the night.
Is that alright?
Mighty number Ren.
Yes. I want to help you in return for saving me. I'm going to get dinner ready. Please wait. Why don't you rest while I make dinner?
Yes, thank you.
It makes sense why he'd list Fukusan, though. Fukusan obviously lived with them and would have been for a significant amount of time, relatively the same age. Whereas everyone else, along the lines of Nozomi, and even in, well, not so
Meal
much,
should be ready soon. I should go to the kitchen.
not so much Nozomi, because she would have been a long time friend in Japan, but the people in Hong Kong would have been shorter term. A couple of weeks at best.
Shenfa,
What's wrong, Ryo?
I smell something good.
I'm preparing a big feast, so can you wait a while?
Do I wait or... I guess I can look around, right? Oh, never mind. That was the wrong one. I was going to look around, but I guess that's not it. I already have Jeremy, believe it or not.
Yo,
The original
have a
trilogy.
seat.
Thanks.
This was the best I could do.
Looks really good.
Help yourself to seconds.
What's this meat?
Rabbit.
Huh?
I
Just-
set a trap in the mountain.
Just like she promised.
Oh, really?
Tasty, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I love how he's kind of awkward about it because eating rabbit isn't a normal thing where he's from. So it kind of caught him by surprise.
Make yourself at home. You can use any space in this house.
Thank you.
Father has a small collection of things. Take a look, if you like.
Yeah, I will.
Speaking of which, I wonder where her father is. He hasn't shown up yet. I should check out Shenmue's father's collection. Okay, so that's probably in one of these. No, that's a door to the outside. It's probably in a room.
Here are bowls. These are cushions.
Probably more of the same on the other side. Oh, it was a long time ago, Jeremy. It was probably like this time last year. Maybe even earlier.
On top, there are wicker baskets.
Can we read them? No, we can't read them. Maybe the collection isn't in here. Oh, maybe it is.
This is...
It's the mirrors.
What's wrong?
Her father built them. Or crafted them, I should say. Yeah, it's a perfect match for the Phoenix mirror.
It's the same. What is this drawing?
My father told me this has been in our family since long, long ago. But he wouldn't tell me anything else about it. Yo, what is this mirror?
I heard that it was given to my father.
To your father? This Phantom Riverstone can only be found in Bailu Village.
Phantom Riverstone?
How did this mirror get to Japan?
I don't know.
My father might know something.
Where is your father now?
He's at the stone pit, gathering Phantom Riverstone.
Where's the stone pit?
Over on the other side of the mountain. He said he was going to finish something. It's been days since he left for the stone pit.
Can you take me there?
I'm going to bring him food tomorrow morning. Come with me.
All right.
I finally have an answer about the Phoenix mirror. And not just the one from Yuanda Zoo in Kowloon when he explained about the two of them combined together. But more so about the origin. Are Ryo and Shenmue more tied together by fate than what they realize? Diagram with the same design as the Phoenix mirror.
Shenfa,
Yo, good morning.
good morning.
I'm preparing lunch right now. Can you wait a while?
Oh, that's strange.
Thank you for waiting. Let's go see my father.
If you pick wait,
Yeah.
the game makes you stand there and wait for the time. If you pick quit, like we did the previous night, it just automatically cuts to it. So it's the same outcome, which is kind of strange.
It's this way. Follow
The
me.
Cloud Bird
All right.
Trail.
Shenfa,
Yes?
what's the stone pit like?
It's inside a cave.
A cave.
When you go inside the cave, there's a hall. I always bring lunch there. There's a larger hall further inside the cave.
Further inside?
Yes, but my father doesn't let me go there. I don't really know what that place is like, but I heard it's a stone pit for Phantom Riverstone.
Phantom Riverstone.
Yes, the same stone as your mirror. Yo, can I ask you something?
What is it?
It's about that phoenix mirror.
The mirrors look so cool
Yeah.
when you examine them.
On the diagram in my father's room, there was a design of a dragon as well.
Yeah. My father had another mirror with a dragon on it.
What happened to the mirror of the dragon?
It was stolen by the man who killed my father, Landy.
Killed?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he never told
Your
her.
father was killed because of the mirror.
Huh?
He just said
Because of the
he was
mirror?
gone.
A village legend says the ancient emperor had mirrors made from Phantom Riverstone. But the rulers fought for the mirror, trying to get its hidden power. And some even lost their lives because of it.
I didn't know there was such a legend.
I'm getting scared.
Shenfa,
I hope nothing evil happens.
whatever the case, we should go ask your father. Let's hurry to the stone pit.
Yes.
Looks like we're here. Seems like it'll be the stone pit.
Here is the path.
Do you always come here?
Yes.
What is it?
It's different.
What is?
There isn't a single bird.
Huh?
The migratory birds come here to rest. Usually the birds are here and they chat with each other. But why aren't they here today?
Did something happen?
It's kind of ominous.
I don't know. But
All the silence.
I sense something isn't right. Yo, let's hurry on our way.
Right. Let's go.
Makes a huge departure from all the walking we did beforehand. It was all musical. It was all sorts of ambient sound effects, wildlife everywhere, running water. Now it's just footsteps.
Here. Take this. It's dark inside.
Huh.
The stone pit is further inside. Follow me.
Yeah.
More walking. Whoa, she hasn't loaded up. Shenhua? There she is. She was using her mythological powers.
Here. him food here.
So
Father!
this is the outer hall she talked about.
Father! I wonder where he is. He always comes here when I call him. I'll go check the back.
Thought she wasn't allowed back there. Her father will be in here now, and he will not be happy.
Father! Father!
It's like the patch on the ground is Phantom
something
Riverstone
wrong.
with the green.
He's always here.
Where can he be?
Well, there's a door beyond here.
Further?
Oh, maybe
This
that's
way.
the area she's not supposed to go in. There it is. Well, he must be here. The door's left open.
This is it.
The door's open. It's always been locked.
Oh, never mind. Spoke too soon.
What's beyond this door?
I don't know. Father never let me inside. Maybe he's in here.
Let's go.
Good guy Ryo is always in first.
This place.
Whoa, that's quite the cave. Not what I expected at all.
I didn't know there was a place like this in the cave. Joe. Look, there's a path.
Let's go take a look.
That's right, she doesn't know anything beyond that point. Between the size of the place, all the different chambers, the rushing water, all that noise, I have no idea how her father would have heard anything.
Father's writing.
Huh.
Dear Shenfa, my work is done. The phoenix entrusted to our people is now complete. The time of
Destiny has come. Shenpa, go with the one who holds the phoenix. Find the pool. Yield yourself to the one. And go together. I shall give you the family treasure, the sword of 7 stars. Think of the sword as a part of me and keep it with you. I shall always watch over you.
the sword of 7 stars.
Is he gone? Knew he was going to be attacked or kidnapped or something? Ran away?
The one who holds the phoenix. Find the proof?
Ryo has a phoenix mirror.
What is the proof?
I don't know, but there should be some clue here.
He would technically
Shenmue.
be the one that holds
Let's
the
look
phoenix. Can't imagine. It's so weird to see Ryo with a sword. I can't imagine him actually using it. Go with the one who holds the phoenix and find the proof. Must be something in his hall. I must find it.
Shinfa, is there something in here?
I'm sure Father left something. Let's check this place.
Alright. This 7-star sword might have a hidden purpose.
We have to find a clue.
I agree.
Get a clue. Look for something out of the ordinary. Well, this looks out of the ordinary.
This is...
It did look very similar, actually. The frame of the door and all.
The same design as the one on the sword. Yo,
That's it.
It's a pretty sweet looking sword. Even if it is very strange to see Ryo wielding a blade. Mr. Kung Fu.
yo.
They got shocked? Was the ball underneath? I guess her mystical powers are coming in again.
Look, yo.
What is that?
There's something on the front of it.
Let's go.
Yes.
It's the insignia of the Phoenix Mirror.
Yo.
Yeah.
It slots on, but for what purpose? Something's lighting up behind us, though.
Yo.
Is it just me or did things get a little bit spooky in here? That must have some intense beam if it could light that on fire. Yet Shenhua just walked right through it. I forget what those things are called. Are they like razors or
This is...
razors or something? But either way, they're both uncovering two giant mural-sized versions of the mirrors.
Phoenix and dragon.
the same as the mirrors.
My father was carving.
Oh, he was creating the two of those when he said his work was complete.
From a distant land in the east, from across the sea, he shall appear. He does not know of the strength hidden within him. The strength that would destroy him. The strength that would fulfill his wishes. When he is ready, he shall seek me out, and we shall brave together the rocky path. I shall wait. This encounter has been my destiny since ancient times. A dragon shall emerge from the earth, and dark clouds shall obscure the heavens. A phoenix shall descend from above. Its wings will create a purple wind. In the midst of the pitch-black night, a morning star shall glisten, alone.
Well, I'm pretty sure Ryo
What is that
fits
poem?
most of the description from the
This
start
has
of
been
that.
told in the village from long ago.
A man comes from the east, from across the sea, from Japan, holds the phoenix, the mirror, doesn't know of the strength within him that could destroy him.
The one who holds the phoenix.
Li Xiaotao told us about that and his quest for revenge that might destroy him. And just like that, Shenmue 2 is over. And that right there is a cliffhanger that's been hanging over people's heads, myself included, for, what is it, about 16 years now? Since Shenmue 2 launched? I can never remember the exact year because of regional differences and all. It was early 2000s, like 2001, 2, 3, 4 style. But there it is. I'm really happy that I could keep the final section, Guilin, all in a self-contained stream within itself, simply because I've been a massive proponent of the direction and the narrative story mechanic used in this particular part. I hope the music isn't drowning me out, so I am going to talk a little bit louder. But, having said all of that, it's so crazy that it just works so well. I consider that last part, basically everything we've done in this stream, I consider that a narrative storytelling mechanic masterpiece that has never been rivaled in any other game. Has never been... There never seemed to be a different version of it from before Shenmue. There hasn't seemed to be a proper version of it after Shenmue, and it doesn't... It's like no one could match it as much as they had probably tried. They just couldn't commit, and that's something we don't have in modern games anymore. When you look at games from the early 2000s and before, their commitment to storytelling was top-notch in some cases. Half-Life 1, Half-Life 2, Shenmue 1, Shenmue 2, to name but a few. They have such a commitment to detail, storytelling, every little tiny thing about it. It just worked so well. And you could almost argue that Yu Suzuki's storytelling is like an onion. There's just so many layers. But don't tish. But that's it. Shenmue 2. Still to this day, not only the game within itself a masterpiece, but the series in general. The first game, obviously a masterpiece, groundbreaking at the time, in both visuals and storytelling and all as well. Thank you, Jort. I appreciate that. But even Shenmue 2, the series, how they did it and how they went on, how they continued it, it felt like a proper sequel, a proper extension. It didn't just feel like another game with the name and number tacked on. It felt like it was an actual continuation. All the small parts, all the large parts, the intricacies, everything about it. It felt like everything was continued, improved in the same way, the same style, the same everything. And thanks to that man on screen, Ryo Hazuki, we have these two masterpieces. And hopefully, come August 27th, 2019, we will have a 16-ish years in the making conclusion for this story when Shenmue Tree comes out. Maybe not a full, complete conclusion to the series, but a conclusion to the cliffhanger that we've been chasing after all this time. And it's crazy to think as well that all those years ago, followed all the way through to now, that it's ported onto modern systems, and that people, with the exception of a couple of huge niche fans and whatnot, that the mainstream is now playing this game. I said it at the start of my Shenmue 1 stream, my first Shenmue 1 stream. All the new players who never experienced this back in the day, all the new players who may have never heard of it at all the new players who may have heard, oh, I've heard so much about this Shenmue game. I've heard so many people say it influenced GTA, influenced Yakuza, influenced open world, modern, like PS2 era and beyond Final Fantasy games. There's all so many, the different players coming in, finally getting to do this without having to try and track down a Dreamcast, without doing all of that stuff. And I really hope they all stuck with it and stuck through it to see all of Shenmue 1 and all the way up to what we're seeing right now in the credits of Shenmue 2. And hopefully those people next year will join us for Shenmue Tree. And as far as Shenmue Tree goes, there's so much I want to say about it, but I can't. Actually, I can, because we finished Shenmue 2. I didn't want to talk about it previously, in case people who were watching, or people who had maybe checking out on stream or on video later, that they may not have known the ending for Shenmue 1 and 2. Let's quickly save this. So we'll get back to our nice relaxing music. But, like I was saying, before we end out the stream, I will talk a little bit about it, just to go on there. So, we know, as we've now finished Shenmue 1 and Shenmue 2, we know the existing story so far. We know that Ryo Hazuki has not successfully caught up with Lan Di and extracted revenge. No, not extracted, exacted revenge. That's the word I'm looking for. It's late here, I'm sorry. But he hasn't caught up with him. He hasn't exacted his revenge. He's close. He's on the trail. He's on the path. But he hasn't actually met him. Now, in the most recent Shenmue Tree trailer, the one which actually announced a release date, the new trailer that they dropped about a week, maybe 2 weeks ago. In that trailer, there's a very brief scene. Obviously, the trailer was great anyway, but there's a very brief scene that starts behind Lan Di. Yes, it actually shows Lan Di. And the camera kind of pans around a slight bit as Lan Di stands up out of his chair or whatever it is he's sitting in, because obviously it's Asia, they have different seating arrangements. But he stands up, the camera pans around, and who is standing in front of him? In front of Lan Di, but Ryo Hazuki. So according to that trailer, in Shenmue 3 next year, assuming and hopefully no delays, Ryo Hazuki finally catches up with Lan Di. Now, is he going to fight him? Is something else going to happen that we don't know about? Who knows? But there's so much that could happen. And apparently, the big thing is that all this time, I was going to say Ryo Hazuki, all this time, Yu Suzuki apparently has so much of this planned out over all these years. Apparently it was all wrote, or the majority of it was wrote. The general idea of the story and all was wrote back then. And of course, we'll see how it pans out this time next year. Hopefully the game doesn't get delayed again, because it has unfortunately suffered many delays. One of the downsides to suffering many delays is, well, let's be real, the game gets pushed further and further away and we have to wait longer and longer. And granted, usually, I want to stress, usually, not always, delays mean a more polished and better experience in the long run. And realistically, we've waited 16 years, what's another 6, 8, 12 months, you know? So hopefully it works out for the best in the end. But anyway, that is where we leave it tonight for now. So we've finished the 2 masterpieces, Shenmue 1, Shenmue 2, and we are up to date and ready for Shenmue Tree this time next year. Of course, it'll be fresh in everyone's mind, new players and old, but that's beside the point. As always, especially, not just as always, but especially for today, because this is the most up-to-date and conclusive version of Shenmue 2 and the story and the end of the masterpiece for now, of course. I do want to thank everyone for joining me in the stream chat here, as well as if you're checking this out live, not live, later on video on demand, whenever it is, in preparation for what's probably Shenmue Tree in a few weeks, because let's be real, you're probably watching this in a run-up to get caught up. But for everyone, for sticking with me through these masterpieces, both of them, enjoying the story, hanging out with me, shooting the shit, everything in the stream chat, because realistically, you guys make this what it is. I can sit here and play the game by myself. I'll enjoy the hell out of the game, absolutely. There's no way I can never not enjoy Shenmue 1 and 2. But you guys elevate it beyond that. You take it from just me sitting here playing a game, and it's us sitting here experiencing these masterpieces in this particular situation. I was going to say scenario and situation, but the two of them ran together. My English is getting all terrible because I'm choking up inside because, well, Shenmue masterpieces and whatnot. So we will end it here. Again, I want to express the biggest thanks to everyone here for hanging out, shooting shit with me as always, and experiencing the masterpieces. Until then, we'll see whatever's next. Who knows? It could be something amazing. It could be something questionable. We'll see. But until then, peace out, everyone. And one last huge 1,000,001 over 9,000 times thank you. Peace.